in the back here, my beloved VF750 Sabre. This is a 1986 model. I've got to actually double check that, because when I look online I see that these were only made up until 1985. But anyhow, it's been sitting for a long time, and the carburetors, I tried to start it but it just wouldn't fire. Check the spark was there. So I've decided to pull the carburetors to pieces, and so far they're not looking too bad. I'm cleaning them up a bit, but what I have noticed is that these O-rings on the fuel feed need replacement. They've been seeping, weeping, whatever you want to say. Here is the first carb. I pulled the float chamber off, checked it, cleaned it out, took the constant vacuum diaphragm and slide assembly out, checked it, cleaned it, and did a little bit of a sneaky, because this carburetor is in fact the end one on this side, and this cap, as you can see, is nice and shiny, but the one that was on it was that one. I swapped it with the second carburetor, because the next one in is not quite so visible. So I'm going to keep going on these carburetors, and going to clean it up. I've got to do a repair here. As you can see, the speedometer assembly is all wobbly. I'm going to have to pull that off and fix it up, probably with some epoxy, and bleed the brakes. They don't feel good. Oh, I see this rubber is gone here. Okay, not surprising. And some touch up, and I'm going to have to replace these hoses. There's nothing wrong with them, but this bike hasn't passed compliance testing in New Zealand, and what I'm led to believe is that you need an ASNZS stamp on your front brake hoses in order to comply. They're probably lower quality than the originals, so I'll put some other ones on. I'll buy these ASNZS stamped ones, put them on, and then when I've passed compliance testing, I think I'll put my old ones back on again. Anyhow, it's looking pretty grubby. I'm just going to give it a good clean up and a bit of love and care, and hopefully it'll behave itself for me. What I just read up about these online this morning, and what I've learned about them is that they seem to have a problem with the camshafts wearing out, and apparently it's something related to the upper cylinder, or the camshaft lubrication system is inadequate, and apparently it gets too hot up there, and I'm not actually surprised about that. There's stuff that I don't like this plastic cover thing here. I'm in fact going to change this. I understand what it's for. It's to stop the heat coming up onto the petrol tank, but in my opinion, it should have been on top of the frame, not underneath, because you need air to flow underneath here, and In my opinion, that's a defect with this design, is it needs better airflow, particularly to the rear cylinder. When I pulled the carbs off this morning, I actually thought would be nice if I could change it to fuel injection, and I'm thinking about changing the design slightly. I'll think about it. I'd like a better airflow here. I think the radiator's kind of blocking some of the airflow over the top here, which I believe is necessary. Anyhow, I guess the first thing is to get it running, and so that's my project for today, 17th January 2019. Cheers for now.